So I'm here with Nicky Needham, who's the product manager for FX SLRs, and he's going to take us through a few features of the new Nikon D3s. Nicky, how you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
Thanks
Would you
for
like to
having
take
me.
us through? No problem. Take us through a few features.
Well, this is the camera that we've just announced today. So this is the Nikon D3s. It's the S upgrade to the current D3, and it's a big upgrade for an S upgrade. So it still has a very similar sensor, so 12.1 megapixel, but we've uprated a lot of different things in it. So the biggest thing about it is the ISO capability. So we've increased the ISO capability to 12,800.
That's the true ISO.
That's the true ISO.
Yeah.
But then it has high 1, 2 and 3 capabilities, up to high 3. So high 3 is equivalent to 102,400 ISO.
Right.
So that's 102,400.
Wow.
So that's quite a significant jump. That's 2 steps above where the high 2 of the D3 was previously.
Which was 25,800, was it? Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the high 2 setting? Is that like
so
51,000?
the high 1, 2, 3 go up with the ISO ratings as they would be.
Yeah.
So 12,000, 25,000, 52,000.
52,000,
and
right.
102,000. So apart from the ISO, we've also got the D-Movie functionality that we have in several of our other DSLRs, such as the D300S. But we've improved it for this version, so it now has several other features. So the highlights are it's a 720p 24 frame per second video. It shoots in AVI format using motion JPEG. And the reason that we've chosen those settings is because primarily this camera is designed for the stills photographer, but to give them access to video functionality. So the motion JPEG format gives us access to things like the Save Selected feature, whereby you can play back the movie that you've just shot, pick a frame, and grab that out and save that as a still image. Right. Which, for a stills photographer, is a very useful function.
But it'll be at a relatively low resolution though, because it's from film.
It will be, yes. Yeah. It'll be at 1280 by 720. Yeah. But for a stills photographer, that's still very good. I mean, that's good enough for web. That's good enough for a lot of newspaper usage. And you can still do 6x4 prints of something that size. Right. So in effect, it's almost like you've got 24 frames per second.
Yeah, it's considered like a really good continuous shooting.
Exactly.
Mode, yeah.
So I mean, it still has the 9 frames per second at FX, but then the video functionality just gives you that extra step at a reduced resolution. Right. We've also got several other features that we've upgraded in here. So the sensor, it is a new sensor. We've completely rehashed it, but it still has 12.1 megapixel, but it now has an image sensor cleaning function, right? Similar to the D700, except that this in the D3s has 100% viewfinder frame coverage, right? Where the D700 had a slightly lower.
That's to lose it into because of that, yeah.
Exactly. So this one has 100%. We've got several other features that we've upgraded. So we've had the ISO, we've got the D-Movie, we've got the buffer upgrade, we've got the image sensor cleaning, but also if as a stills photographer you shoot RAW, you can edit the RAW in camera now without having to need to go to computer and use Capture an X2 or anything like that. Right. You can edit a wide variety of features of your RAW files before you save them as JPEGs. Right. So you can save things like, change features like your picture control, your white balance, your vignette control, your noise reduction, what size of JPEG you're using, right, and various other features in a very simple menu structure within the camera. So very useful for professional photographers that are out on the move, don't have access to a picture desk or a picture editor, or that just don't have the time or the capabilities. So that's all come from feedback from our professional users. They fed back to us about those various things that they wanted, and we've managed to put them into the camera.
That's brilliant. Oh, lovely, Nicky. Thanks very much.
No problem.
Cheers.